Prodigal Steve returns with more Afterbirth Plus. How's it going, everybody? We're doing Eden runs still. They've been exceptionally good lately. Although the last run was maybe not as ridiculously overpowered as some previous runs have been, but it's been my favorite of the Eden runs that we've done so far. Mostly because I got the opportunity to use one of my favorite items, and certainly my favorite spacebar item, from Afterbirth Plus in the Trinket Smelter. So even though the Trinket Smelter didn't necessarily pay off the way that I would have liked it to, it was still a fun run, at least for me. So hopefully we can have every bit as much fun on this run as we did on the last one. Obviously we got Eden's Blessing on our last run, so we got Lil Haunt, which is, as far as Eden's Blessing items go, pretty good. Alright, we have lost a half red heart. I didn't even bother to look at my HP. This run is very, very good right off the bat here, though. 4.21 damage, that's ever so slightly higher than Kane's base damage. We have a 7 rate of fire, which is exceptional. We did just get Small Rock, which lowered our speed down to the non-ideal 0.77. But we can probably make do as we are, especially depending on what we get from our boss and or this item room. Oh, that's just charm farts, right? We got Farting Baby, which is an item, I guess. I mean, literally, it is an item. It is one of perhaps dubious quality. Trying to decide where our secret room may be, because I am interested in accessing it. It's either down below this room or adjacent to this room. But I think that either of them are equally likely. Okay. I figured we'd try the room adjacent to the shop. See what that doesn't do for us. We have Karma as our trinket, which I actually do not recall what does. So I'm going to go platinumgod.co.uk and also inadvertently show the seed once again. DKQJ. DKQJ. JSTE. Thank you for including the first 3 letters of my name in the seed today, Isaac. Appreciate that. Donating to a donation machine has a chance to heal Isaac for a full red heart or spawn a beggar. I could not possibly be less interested in that as a trinket, so I'm going to go with Liberty Cap, which is actually, like, good. I'm also going to go to our shop. Actually, you know what? Let's go fight the boss first, because if we get a bomb, we could get into the shop for free. The only reason I'm interested in going to the shop is the potential for 2 lockups right off the bat, which would be very welcome. We are fighting Ragman, but we shouldn't have too many issues here because we are doing a ton of damage, and Little Haunt is actually really, really helping out here with the occasional infliction of fear. We're just getting a bunch of HP, huh? Well, I think we go to the shop as opposed to going to the double key room. The double key room has potential advantages for us, but I think the potential advantages are greater here in our shop. I was hoping to buy a spirit heart, so we'll get a judgment card, which is a regular judgment. I don't know what I was hoping for out of that judgment, since I would be very unlikely to play it, since it would cost us our eternal heart. This may end up being a strange run here, because we're not really set up to get a deal with the devil on the next floor. I'm going to shoot all these fires and poops in the hopes of getting a spirit heart out of it, which is unlikely but possible, and it was not to be, so we're just going to have to play especially carefully on the next floor as we move along here. Get the Platinum God window out of the way of OBS so I can actually see it. Make sure that things aren't getting weird on the OBS side. We have poops. I don't want to take that pill. If it's a bad trip, then it doesn't really matter how well we play for the rest of this room, or for the rest of this run, rather. I'm like a little gun shy right now. I finished the daily for today not long ago, and I had Bob's Brain. I willingly took Bob's Brain on that run. And, I mean, it worked out, but I'm a little skittish now of standing close to enemies like I tend to. Normally, I'm very up close and personal with the enemies that we encounter, which is something of a bad habit. Not the worst habit you could have in Isaac, but it's certainly not ideal. Alright, so we did get a Spirit Heart by way of our second floor shop, and we have our deal with the devil intact. Ventricle Razor, whatever that item is actually called, is very interesting to me. I would enjoy picking that up and using it. I don't often get an opportunity to use that item because I normally either don't have the funds to acquire it when it shows up, or I have a better spacebar item. Right now, we do not have the funds, but that is going to change after this room. A Monstro fight with 2 blood banks, in it. Very interesting boss room. We'll leave that HP for now, and we're going to play this. And Celtic Cross did give us invincibility here. I'm going to go down to probably 2 hearts, if I'm being honest. Sure. We want everything in here. We want the ability to fly. We want Gimpy. We want Guppy's Paw. And then we want to take this HP and then play this a handful of times, and that'll give us Blood Bag, which is exciting. I'm not married to the idea of using Guppy's Paw just yet necessarily, but I also don't necessarily want to carry it with us. So I think we go back to the shop, right? We can fly now. Excellent. I think we have better spacebar items now, unfortunately, for the Razor there. Like, we can get up to some weird shenanigans with that item, but I don't think any of them are necessarily as good as either IV Bag or Guppy's Paw. I think I'm going to use Guppy's Paw. Actually, no. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to forsake the IV Bag, since this isn't a daily and we don't need to cheese... Oh, I thought that fire was gone. Cheese a ton of points out of consumables. We'll buy the Razor and then just go all in on Spirit Hearts moving forward. Which is a better place to be HP-wise, probably, anyway. We're going to make the most of IV Bag here while we have it. And we'll be leaving this floor a little bit behind schedule, but this should be the only min-maxing we absolutely have to do on this run, maybe. But certainly the only min-maxing we're going to have to do in the immediate future. So we'll take this. Then we'll come back into our boss room. We'll pick up Guppy's Paw, use it thrice, take our Razor, and move forward. Alright, well, let's leave a portal there. Not interested in that, so we're just going to leave that room. Can't use it to escape every single room. But we can use it to escape many rooms. So we'll do that. Then we'll fly into our curse room, which, of course, does not cause us to take damage. Then we'll take damage from a bomb anyway, just to maintain parity. Gotta let the game think that it's getting one over on us here, despite our run being very, very powerful very, very early. We could use some more tiers, though, if I'm being honest. I also would not complain about some speed. I mean, we're up to 1.37 speed by nature of probably Liberty Cap and Blood Bag in conjunction with each other. And now I do sort of wish that we had kept IV Bag, since IV Bag and Cracked Dice can actually just completely bust the game. You use IV Bag, and Cracked Dice will either Oh wait, that was the... Cracked Dice is the consumable one. I'm thinking of Dice Shard. That it either gives you the D20 or the D6 effect. Or no, wait, no. I had it right the first time. Cracked Dice is the trinket, Dice Shard is the consumable. So yeah, we would have wanted Dice... We would have wanted Cracked Dice and then IV Bag, which would have allowed us to D20 and or D6 rooms for as long as our HP would allow, which, with enough consumables on the ground, may well approach infinity, as you would presumably generate some level of HP. We'll take Speedball, absolutely. That's actually... Shot speed isn't directly what I asked for, but speed was. And we're actually almost at the speed cap now, which makes this run feel a lot better. Yeah, not much else to go on this one. Like, not much else that we need, really, before we're close to guaranteeing ourselves a victory. Alright, well, we'll use the puberty pill, and it's good to know that it's in the rotation. Would prefer it if we could find our item room at some point. Although, not likely to be strictly necessary on this run. I suspect that we could stand to skip a single item room, but we did just locate it by way of the compass effect generated graciously by Liberty Cap. Hey. Farting baby? Like, I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish by farting as far away from enemies as possible, but I appreciate the effort. Hierophant is... might as well just use it. Ace of Spades is bad. Blood Rights is also bad. Hagalaz is probably irrelevant, but it's the best option that we have at present. I would like to find some mushrooms on our way here, but not the end of the world that didn't come to pass. I forgot how, like, you know, terrible Gertie Jr. is against fear. Like, it just completely hard counters her into never moving, which is nice. Okay, and that is the other thing that I explicitly asked for, and now we're at the tiers cap. I'm gonna take Dark Prince's Crown, and you may disagree with this, but I really like it. I think it has a lot of upside, and I'm going to spurn Rotten Baby, despite my love for that item, in the hopes that we can eventually make Dark Prince's Crown work. And all we need is an HP up, and there we are. It's, again, not the wisest item. I actually think it's kind of actively detrimental for ideal late game play in Isaac, in that it actively goes against permanent Polaroid invincibility. Like, it actively works against that very, very important mechanic, but I do still really like it. And if you can manage to have... no, never mind. I was to say, if you can manage to have a single Red Heart container and a half Red Heart in it, you would get the best of both worlds, but that's not true. You have to have exactly one Red Heart for Dark Prince's Crown to work. Well, that's alright. I would love, on this run now, any combination of piercing and or spectral tears. Just to, you know, really top this run off with everything that you could ever ask for. Do we have our... We do not have compass. Should not be looking at the map while there's a ton of bomb flies in the room, but we're in a fairly safe position here. You know, everything else at this point on this run is just a value add. We could probably beat Blue Baby with this run. It'd be a little tight for damage. We could probably do it. I really hope we don't end up... Yep, okay. We're gonna have to backtrack for our item room, which is unfortunate, but cost of doing business sometimes. The times that I don't want to go immediately to our boss fight, I do. The times that I want to find the boss room immediately, I instead find 6 dead ends. Alright, I'm going to leave the map up just in the event that we come across our... Or we... Rather, in the event that we proc mapping from Liberty Cap. I was going to say, in the event that we come across the compass effect, but that's not... sensical? That's not how that works. This is a very, very large cave stew. Alright, we'll get that chest on the way back. We've located our item room and, conveniently, our shop as well. With 42 cents and 8 keys, we will be going to both of these rooms, because there's no reason not to. Rainbow Baby was not worth the trip. Neither was anything in here, if I'm being honest. At least not yet. Now we just have the compass, which is welcome. And Hive Mind is absolutely worth it. And I'm going to buy the converter and convert 2 spirit hearts into 1 red heart. And now we're out of money, so I'll just leave. So there we go. This was actually a worthwhile trip. We have a curse room back here, which I am going to investigate. We have no parts of the Guppy Dream as of yet. That could change. We are actually going to get in here without spending or... Well, we'll get in and out without spending HP, although I guess theoretically we could have done that anyway with the Razor, so... You know, not the biggest play. We actually just wasted bombs, is all we managed to accomplish there, but... Oh, excuse me, I had a hiccup there. We did also avoid a room that potentially had combat in it, which, you know, probably not the most relevant thing on this run, if I'm being honest. I would now be looking to replace our... spacebar item, probably. Moldy bread. I'm going to leave moldy bread. Actually, you know what? No, I'm fine with our spacebar item. We can still make use of the Razor. I would, however, be willing to replace our trinket. Ventricle Razor still has some upside for us. The main benefit of Liberty Cap is the occasional mapping, but we just have in a version of mapping naturally now in the compass. And that's, you know, the one variety of mapping that Liberty Cap can provide us with, so not a really good reason to hold on to it anymore. We're not really blowing the doors off damage-wise as much as I would like to, as these Hush Flies are indicating. Also, these, like, champion spawner garbage things. You know what? I'm just gonna use the Hangalaz runes and be done with it. Compost. Not that interested in using compost, if I'm being honest. It's fine, but I always mistake it for brown nugget, which is substantially better by basically all metrics. Although, admittedly, one of those things supplies us with flies right now, one of them does not. I don't think you can actually get flies from Brown Nugget without first having some. But we do have infestation, so assuming we ever take damage again, which is pretty likely, I would say, we will generate some number of flies. Alright, well, we've seen everything that we care about, really, on this floor, so we can just move along. Unlikely to make boss rush. Not my biggest concern. Although we could get in to boss rush, steal an item, and then get back out, which would be nice. So if we could acquire an Emperor card somehow in, say, maybe Magic 8-Ball play here, but that's not going to happen because it's Gish, so we're guaranteed to get a little Gish. Right, okay. Fair enough. Just going to have to move very, very quickly on the next floor to get into boss rush on time to steal an item. Right, so we'll take a little Gish, because there's no reason not to. I don't want either of those, really. I would like to maintain my single red heart, so we'll just go. Okay, what do you think? We gotta go this direction, certainly. And 2 rooms in a row without combat is... it bodes well for our future of boss rush. Let's just put it that way. Alright, this room does not, though. So I'm just going to skip it. I'm going to skip this room as well. And this room. We have the bombs to make this happen. So I'm going to try. We have 45 seconds to kill Mom. Assuming we can even get into the fight in the next 40 seconds. I don't think it's likely that we kill Mom in 30 seconds with this run, but you never know. It's worth a shot, and we're not being punished for this necessarily. Since we're able to get back out of this fight regardless. I don't know why I placed a bomb there. Did not intend to. Yeah, there's almost no way that this happens. Unfortunately. Yep, and there goes boss rush. Well. A little less backtracking would have done it. It's alright, that's on me. Stealing an item for boss rush isn't the be-all, end-all, but it is a nice play when you can make it happen. Obviously take the Polaroid. No deal with the devil. Got some consumables out of that chest, so let's backtrack into this previous room and explore the rest of this floor. Since I was unwilling to do boss rush with this run, obviously I was intending to cheese it. I will not be interested in doing Hush unless things change drastically in the near future. Which seems unlikely. Although we do have, you know, possibly 2 deals with the devil coming, if we're lucky. Oh, I hate those things. Oh, right, okay. Well, can we get a rune that is perhaps Dagaz? That way we could avoid this Curse of the Blind shenaniganry. Maybe a black candle here from our shop. Okay. Asking you shall receive, apparently. We did get Brown Nugget. Which I sort of asked for, but I'm not interested in. We probably should have picked that up. Lil Brim is good, but not when he's that far back in the rotation. 99 bombs. It's not good enough either. We have 1 syringe already. But I don't think speed and range up is worth it. That's a tears up, but a damage down. We're already at the tears cap, and I don't think Skinny on Mushroom breaks that. The miter is going to have to be good enough. Let's go back to our curse room here. See if we can't kickstart this Guppy Dream. Probably unlikely, but worth trying for, I imagine. Alright. Please. Just piercing shots. Give me any variety of piercing shots to make these horrible night enemies more manageable. Alright, do that. Sure, I'm just gonna walk directly into that enemy for no reason, and then we're gonna spawn more enemies, and then I'm just gonna leave. Okay, well, we do still have a few points of interest on this floor. Namely, what looks like a library, perhaps, or a double key room of some variety. Okay. So I tend to take damage in that room because I get a little over-aggressive against that first spider, but that's okay. It is a double key room. I would re-roll this run, probably, and by probably, I mean definitely. So if I'm presented the option, I'll give it a shot. I have not been presented the option as of yet. Spirit Heart is welcome. I'm beginning to rethink my earlier assessment that this run could beat Blue Baby. Right, we are out of bombs. Probably a non-issue. I suspect that we'll be able to acquire bombs from this room, and we've acquired a single bomb, and also Sack of Sacks, which is excellent. The Able Carry, and a second bomb. Fantastic. Could get a lot of good stuff out of that stone chest, so I do think it's worth cracking into it. Alright, it's fine. You can spawn a hopper. Not overly perturbed by that. Excellent. Okay. That room was largely not worth it. In fact, we didn't even have to do it, but guess there's no reason not to. A regular old judgment, huh? Well, we know that we're not going to see another shop for the rest of the game, so there's no reason to not give him some money. And that's actually worth it. That is less so. Alright, well, now I'm just gonna go. I'm not interested in either of those pills. I am interested in that bomb, however. Think we could find a second secret room? Okay, well worth it. I'm not gonna blow up the statue. I'm just gonna leave instead. Alright, I'm gonna keep trying these curse rooms in an effort to get any sort of DPS possible. We have a good chance of getting a deal with the devil on this floor, which, you know, could have Abaddon or what have you. I should avoid taking an additional puberty pill unless we choose to trade this HP container away, since it will give us an HP up and invalidate Dark Prince's Crown, which is doing a not insignificant job for us at this point. And that will lose probably a full point of damage if we get rid of it, which is not something I'm necessarily invested in doing. Alright, Sack of Sacks has given us a Troll Bomb and an Ace of Hearts, which I'm just going to use to avoid carrying it around and accidentally using it on something important. Greed Fight is a greed fight, basically. It gave us money with which we will likely do very little in the future. But I suppose it did save us a bomb getting into our curse room. Again, not that that was strictly necessary, since we do, in fact, have our razor. What do you think this mob trap room contains? Probably nothing of value, if I had to guess, but I could stand corrected. It had 2 Spirit Hearts, which is of, you know, it's valuable, certainly. I'd rather have 2 Spirit Hearts than not. I'm gonna hang on to this Sun card for the Cathedral, basically. That way I don't have to spend any more time on the Cathedral than is absolutely necessary. Just go down there, go up there, whatever. However you choose to orient these floors. Gain access to the Cathedral, and then go immediately to Isaac so that we can go immediately to the chest. And then ideally win the game. Okay, I'm just gonna walk directly into that enemy because I was convinced that it would be dead by the time I started occupying that space, but, you know, that's just laziness if I'm being honest. So, fully deserved to have taken that damage. Sack gives me yet another troll bomb, which continues to be largely irrelevant as far as I am concerned. I have no idea. What do you think? Off of this long room is our boss fight? Very unlikely now that I'm seeing the adjoining rooms. Alright, how many are there? Is it just the one? This seems a little suspicious, but I will gladly take it. Can we get, like, Cricket's head or something? I mean, I know that's sort of a tall ask. Like, hey, can I just get a 2x damage multiplier? Not overly interested in that with only 5 keys, and also I think those chests are mostly bad. I don't know why I didn't just fly over the bile to begin with. Would have been the correct play, but a little late now. You know what? I don't want to fight a bunch of garglings, so I'm not gonna. I'm going to avoid bombing through every single room, but I will bomb through some rooms. Mostly I'm going to save my bombs for rooms that contain hosts, because I still hate them and I refuse to fight them unless I have to. Which oftentimes I do, but at this point, I don't necessarily. Alright, well, happy to be getting these half spirit hearts, thanks likely to the miter. Alright, get rid of these nematodes, and then we'll deal with Polycephalus, who is, you know, the least concerning of all the enemies in this room. Yeah, no, you got a triple shot. That's impressive. Okay. We've slain the mighty Polycephalus. A 2 of diamonds card. I'm just gonna use. That way we can carry the sun card. I don't want umbilical cord. Like, I know I said that earlier I wanted to replace my trinket. I would like to replace my trinket with a trinket that is good, ideally. And umbilical cord does not fit that description. That is not our second secret room, huh? Well, I'm stumped then. And by stumped, I mean I'm too lazy to locate it, so I'm just gonna go in here and fight Daddy Longlegs, who can actually mostly be beaten by standing in front of the door. Until he, like, actually disappears, you're pretty safe standing immediately in the entrance of the room. Assuming you don't knock him back out of center line, as we've done here. I don't know why we have such high knockback on these shots. Okay, I don't think this actually does anything for us other than in the shot speed department, which is acceptable. Cambion Conception is really, really good. I'm going to take it with the understanding that we will presumably get another puberty pill at some point. And if this is the case, then we'll have Dark Princess Crown active again. Alright, so do that. Come in here, kill that spider. Sun card, 2 of diamonds, continues to not be that useful. A speed up pill is fine. Let us exit this place. We have an arcade on this floor, which, gonna be honest, I'm not that interested in playing, although we do have permanent Polaroid invincibility, and another blood bag would not be the worst thing in the world. Alright, so I don't want to do this room. We have a Demon Judgment and a regular Judgment. We should play the regular Judgment. Right, I don't have Spectral Tears. I'll pay the black heart or whatever to be done with that room. Okay, we do have a blood bank in here, and that's really all that I was interested in. So now we'll come in here, and we can't wedge ourselves behind this guy since we are not, we don't make contact with the rocks anymore. So, actually, Temperance saves me the trip, so this is fine. If you just pay out with HP, though, I don't have to go through the song and dance of wasting spirit hearts on the blood bank. Okay, I mean, I appreciate the half spirit heart, but I would like breakfast. The box is also fine. I don't want hookworm. I'm just going to use the Hanged Man card. It's actually irrelevant. Okay, well, we have permanent Polaroid invincibility. I guess we play Demon Judgment in the hopes of getting Sin Robes or something. We got a Joker card, which we should hang on to. Right. This room is still full of garbage. Forgot about that. I mean, we can just... Excuse me? Did the host double shoot and hit me? Dude, come on. I want to drop the Joker in here. And you know, Liberty Cap can stay in there as well. The sun is... You know, we'll just use the sun because we're probably going to bring the Joker with us. Death is fine. We got another syringe. So I guess we should have taken Roid Rage when we had the chance because we would have gotten our HP up at this point, but that's fine. Take our Joker. Let's go to the boss room. I don't really want Bible Tract. I don't know what it does necessarily, but I don't think it's going to be that helpful on this one. I'm still very tempted to go back and play the blood banks to try and get HP, but I think we have enough other sources of potential HP ups. What do we have in here? A golden chest, which gives us a bomb and a half red heart. Fantastic. Ideally, we would just get a deal with the devil on this floor. That way we could bring the Joker with us to the next floor. But if we don't, I will... Actually, didn't we use the sun card? Do we have a world card back here? If we have some sort of mapping card, we do. Okay. Well, I'll leave the world card in the portal room. And then we can come back for it if we don't get a deal with the devil here. All right, just shoot down the center to deal with these portals. I hate that they can spawn hosts. Like, it's... Can the portal just be dead, though, please? Thank you. I would like to make the observation that that host only popped up immediately before we killed it. Instead, it just wandered around the room for most of the 30 or so seconds we were in there. So, if you need further proof on why they are garbage enemies and I hate them, there you have it. I don't know why I tried to bomb there. We've already seen our second secret room. It contained nothing of value. Not thrilled with the speed at which we were killing these eyes. I'm also not thrilled with where our HP is at, if I'm being honest. Don't spawn the nubs, though. Especially don't spawn them in the path that I have to travel because you're doing your garbage rotational shot. your fistulas out of here. They'll perhaps kill me, actually. Very, very near death on this run, which I'm not thrilled about. Okay. I would have liked that bomb to perhaps impact with It Lives and then perhaps kill It Lives. Okay, well, we have survived. I'm not going to do the Void. Might as well try the Joker card, and it's Krampus. This may well be... Yep, that's the end of that run. Okay, well, should not have played that Demon Judgment. Let's just put it at that. That is unfortunately going to do it for this one, and for our budding streak as well. Regardless, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, please hit that like button. As always, feedback is welcome in the comments below, and if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time.